Hello, everybody. I'm going to do a real quick video on the NFL playoffs and, in particular, the Vikings Saints NFL NFC divisional game this past weekend. And I'm sure a whole lot of people saw this game, and it was one of the craziest, bizarre, strange endings I've ever seen in any game. It was probably as bad a defensive play and as bad a blown defensive play and just bizarre play as I've ever seen in a game. Really just unimaginable. And myself and many others for a long time have been talking about the NFL being rigged. And I really stand firmly in the position that the NFL, the NBA, that really all professional sports is rigged, that it's scripted and it plays out like a movie, that it's predetermined, the outcomes, particularly in these big games like in the playoffs, and that it's not fair athletic competition the way it's being sold to us. And I think this last play of this game is really indicative of that. So I'm going to go ahead and play the last play of the game for some that may not have seen this. So here's the last play from the Vikings Saints game. So, from my perspective, Marcus Williams, the Saints safety, to me it looked like he clearly tried to not make a play. Like he clearly tried to whiff and to let the Vikings receiver Diggs score. I mean, I just thought of watching it at the time live, I was like, this can't possibly be that he's really out there in the heat of the moment trying to do his best and trying to win the game. The last play, I don't remember the exact number, but there were only a couple of seconds happened when the ball, only a couple of seconds left when the ball was snapped, and the Vikings were out of timeouts. So if they don't get the ball out of bounds, they're not going to get another snap to kick a field goal. So if you're in the middle of the field, like where Diggs was, where he caught the ball, and he gets tackled, it's game over. No ifs, ands, or buts. If he doesn't get out of bounds, and there's no way he was going to get out of bounds from that spot, the game's over. So, I mean, just absolute common sense. The play there is you let the guy catch the ball and make the tackle. I mean, just a third grade football player would understand that. That you let him catch the ball, you make the tackle, they have no timeouts, the game's over. And so not only did he not try to make the tackle, he didn't make a play on the ball. And what it looked like from my perspective was that he purposely jumped out of the way to get out of the play and to let the other player score. And to add insult to injury, he jumps into the legs, he somersaults into the body and takes out the legs of his fellow Saints defender, the only other guy on the field for the Saints that could have made the play and saved the day, saved that touchdown from happening and saved the game for the Saints. So just, man, a lot that happened in there that it's hard to believe is coincidence. So from my perspective, clearly looks like some really foul play, like something very fishy, where I really believe that someone told Williams, you're not to make a play there. You let that receiver catch the ball and go. So I'm just going to play now a quick excerpt from the post game, and this is what Jimmy Johnson had to say. Okay, and that was really right after the conclusion of the game. So you've got the Hall of Fame expert coach weighing in and saying, well, he didn't want to get flagged for interference. And that's something, I'm not a young guy. I've been watching football for 30 years, and I've never heard that in my life at the end of the game. It's a contact sport. I've never, ever heard a coach say, well, we really want to tell the guy to not interfere. And and I just thought that was funny. Is you've got the old Hall of Fame coach kind of, to me, trying to sell you something there, trying to sell you, well, this is what actually happened there, and it's insulting to people's intelligence. It's like, we're not intelligent enough and capable to see what the reality is. So we need the old coach here to step in and explain things to us. And to me, all those guys in that studio knew exactly what the result of that game was going to be. It's scripted. They knew what the result was going to be. So now they're trying to sell us a storyline, us the dummies, the dumb sheep that are sitting at home. And then you've got the former Super Bowl winning player in Strahan saying, oh, well, he was moving too fast. He couldn't stop. And so that's an excuse as to why he just somersaults out of the way purposely, that he couldn't stop. So he just decides to somersault and get out of the way and knock his own player over. And so finally, I'm just going to play one more clip. And this is also Fox, the post game. And this is Michael Strahan. So you see Strahan there, and to me, he's got a really smart aleck look on his face. And he says, oh, this reminds me of Rod Tidwell, the scoring play he made in the movie Jerry Maguire, which was from the mid-90s. So, and the whole time, Strahan has this really kind of arrogant smile and, to me, this mocking tone. So, to me, what this is he's rubbing it in your face. He's telling you straight out, this is scripted, it's a movie, this is a joke, this is a scripted, predetermined outcome, just like the movies, just like Jerry Maguire. And guess what? You sheep sitting at home, you're too stupid to figure this out. And meanwhile, we're laughing all the way, running to the bank with their millions of dollars. So, you've got the coach and the player come on and say, well, what happened there is he's really concerned about interference. And then afterward, right after that, Strahan is laughing it up, saying, well, that was just like Rod Tidwell and Jerry Maguire. I mean, to me, with my eyes and my view of the world perspective, absolutely I believe that this game was rigged. That Saints player Williams, that he purposely got out of the way and purposely did not make a play and let the Vikings receiver just go. I mean, I just don't. To me, what it reminded me of was really cheesy WWE wrestling. It absolutely looked to me like a really obvious cheesy ending to a WWE wrestling match. So, to each their own. Whatever people want to think, that's their business. That was really, to me, just looked blatantly and ridiculously rigged. And, Jimmy Johnson, Terry Bradshaw, Strahan, all those guys in the studio, you don't get to that kind of position and being a star player and a star coach and getting that cushy studio job where you're making, millions and millions of dollars unless you're part of the club, unless you're playing the game, unless you're involved with the Freemasons and the other elitist groups. So, in my opinion, they know the outcome of some of these games beforehand. They know what's going on. They know it's a joke. They know it's rigged. So, you'll ask, why does it matter if they rig these games? Well, first off, it's a complete waste of our time. Our time is incredibly precious. There's so much going on in this world that is so crucial to our well-being. And to just throw away our time hour after hour on these sports games is ridiculous. And then beyond that, they're lying to us. They're just blatantly lying to us, and they're stealing our money. I mean, the NFL, it makes billions and billions of dollars. So you've got the coaches, the players, the owners, and the television networks, the announcers, everyone else making billions and billions and billions of dollars. And we're the saps that are footing the bill for that, the people at home. We're shelling out thousands of dollars year after year under false pretense, being told this is fair athletic competition, and it's all just a scripted movie. It's just a scripted joke. So, just wanted to put this out there. Everybody has their own opinion. I felt very clearly that this game was scripted and that the NFL in general is scripted. So, we'll see what happens the rest of the playoffs. God bless everyone. Have a great day.